in a good way, as someone who not only follows you on social media but is friends with you on Facebook, you're very vocal about social issues. And I mean that as a compliment. Where do you see where we are right now? Do you feel that we're kind of in this haze, or is there a light at the end of the tunnel here? Because I asked of someone who's not only an independent artist but also a father of a young family.
Absolutely. No, it's troubling, it's frustrating, it's maddening, but I do really like to believe that we maybe needed this as a society to like.
It's got a lot more people engaged that were sitting on the sidelines.
So wake the fuck up and like really embrace, okay, like what is it that we lost that led us here? What can we do now to make sure we never get this way again? And I'm hoping that it's like the pendulum is just like being pulled all the way to the brink, and then it's just going to swing back as hard as possible.
I'm a man of probability, and probability says at some point it swings back.
Absolutely, it always does. I mean, throughout the course of history, it always has, and it's like. And that's what I like to think, that at the end of the day, we're going to come out of this and have grown and be like, wow, that was fucking crazy. But, like, now we're that much better off. And, you know, it's making me, like I say, like, think about, like, okay, I need to, like, block all this bullshit out. What is important to me for survival, for my family, for my art, for my well-being? And it's honestly made me, like, less complacent in my own just daily life.
Well, it's like if you feed into it, you might not even get out of bed in the morning.
That's it. You know, it's like you can only take so much bullshit, but you know, I'm exercising more, I'm meditating more, I'm writing more, I'm reading more, I'm spending more like conscious time with my family. All those things that maybe if things were good out there, you might just kind of take for granted that like everything was fine, and now it's like, no, I need to do this to be sane in life.
Well, you know? I was thinking the idea that like sometimes it's really hard to think one person can make a difference, but then my thought process is, well, if I try to make my own lot in life better, the hope is that millions of others will make their own backyard better, and that it all adds up to something.
That's it. And I mean, and it's like as corny as it can sound, like when I get up on stage or when I write a song, I'm really just trying to like stay close to the source. I love that. And you just like offer up, that's the best you can do, offer up like your honest self and hope that it has that effect on everybody in the room, and that it's like this big effect of like, you know, as like idealistic as that can sound in a world like we're in, I mean that's really all we got, you know, like, so.
Well, my final question, if you've seen any of my interviews over the years, I love to ask is what has a life playing and performing music and creating and interacting with people? What does that touch about what it means to be a human being?
It's invaluable. It's there's so many answers to that question. I mean, first of all, the people that I've met by doing this are some of the most special people in the world. Like some of the friendships I've made and the places I've been. But I mean, working for yourself as a creative person, as you know, it requires, I think, a lot more checking in with yourself than some sort of mindless job that you out of here, bud? Okay, I'll catch you later. Yeah, man. You know, it's like if I'm not of sound mind, sound body, and then my art suffers. Like I'm only gonna, you know. So it's really made me check in and also like try to offer something positive and constructive in the art, and you know, I think it's made me a healthier person to just have to constantly check in. You're just constantly having to like pull into that, you go into that well and really like keep it primed and keep it pure. And
well, what's interesting too is the more I dive into this as a job, the more I realize how much more in common everybody has with everybody else. Like even just on the most basic of levels. Like when you really look down at it, like it's, not to talk politically, but just like the vast majority of Americans want the same few things but
Yeah.
it's the quiet voice. You know, like
They just have.
they want healthcare, they want jobs, they want security, and they want to know their kids are okay.
Yeah.
And education.
Yeah.
After that, it's more about just divisive politics.
Yeah, it's unfortunate how everybody's just kind of been. There's I blame Fox News for like the majority of our problems. I swear, man, people are brainwashed.
Well, I was watching that new movie. Did you see I, Tonya? About Tonya Harding?
No, I didn't see it.
With Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I didn't see
Well,
it.
what was fascinating about it was they were drawing a correlation between how that story was some of the first stories of junk food TV.
Yeah, man.
How like they had 24-hour news cycle, you got to fill it. So let's have the good guy and the bad guy, good girl and bad girl, and then just handle it out for as long as we can. And at the end of the movie, what was so fascinating was all the news trucks left her front lawn, and in the background, the TV was talking about the next story, which was OJ. A lot of people forget it went from Tonya Harding to OJ.
Yeah.
And then, I remember watching that chase.
Oh, of course,
for hours.
It was amazing TV.
Yeah. And that's pretty much.
That's where we are.
Yeah, where we are.
We have a reality TV as our president, and I mean, the term fake news definitely applies to certain networks, not the ones that they're saying.
Well, it sucks is that we get roped into it.
Yeah.
Because we're a regional paper, and I sarcastically say to people like, yeah, your local paper's out to get you. Come on, man. We're not shitting in our own pool. We live in your community, and we work, and it sucks when people try to devalue what you're doing.
Yeah, I can only imagine that. I mean, the attacks on the media, not only that, it's straight out of Hitler playbook.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in a Jewish family.
Yeah.
Like, I heard about the Holocaust throughout my whole life, and I know that was like the first thing that they fucking did was try to like make people say, don't believe that, believe us.
Us and them propaganda.
Oh man, it's like.
You wouldn't believe the comments that we get, the hate mail.
Dude, anytime I read the comments on anything, like the Baltimore Sun, my local paper, I follow them on Facebook, and I look at those comments and it's like, do I want to read the comments today? Because I can't believe.
Sometimes you go right to the comments.
Right. It's like you say, it's junk food TV.
The worst is that I've been a journalist for 12 years, and those comments were never like that until the last couple of years.
I know.
There was always, I could write an article about a kitten, a totally unbiased article about how much kittens are awesome. There's always that one asshole. And it's the same thing with music. Like, you could write the best album possible, but it's that one asshole who writes the shitty review that sticks in your head,
Yeah, well, it's like social media, internet tough guys, it's like, it's become the like shitting the fucking toilet for like people's thoughts, like, and they know that there's no backlash, there's no, it's just like, and it's become such a hateful place. The social media.
But I have hope. I really
do too, man. I do too. No, you have to, and I really do. And like, people say to me, "Oh, you write all your posts on social media. Your next album's probably going to be like real political." It's like, no, it's not going to be political. It's going beyond that. It's like, what is the lesson that we learned from all this shit? It's not like for me to get up there and go, "Guns are bad. I hate Trump." Like, that's boring.
The irony is that your post 10 years ago would have been considered middle of the road.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how far everything's strayed.
I know.
I mean, it's whatever this was, it's like shifted.
It's crazy. Like, even from like a month ago, it seems like it's just at a like record pace of like just being.
Well, I saw someone the other day. It's like Nixon would be considered a liberal now.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
I know. George W. Bush. People are like, "Oh, what a guy! He's so charming." It's like, dude, he could. I know. It's crazy. It's I'm. The more it's like you can let yourself go crazy, or you can just say, you know what? So now what? Now what do we do? Like, I'm not going to give these people airtime. I'm not going to like let them clog up my joy. I'm gonna like say, okay, so now I need to like figure out what are the things that really matter, and like the things that are gonna move me and my family forward in life.
That's the thing. It's like making your own life positive. And hopefully other people are doing the same.
Yeah, and like you say, I think it's a wake up call in a good way. of like, okay, check yourself, like, because there's a lot of mudslinging. So like, what? Are you sure your house is clean? Are you sure your backyard's clean? If you're gonna start slinging some mud, so like, clean your shit up too, and like, you know, figure out like what is, you know, make sure you're as righteous as you seem too, you know. So like, and it's definitely, you know, I check myself and say if I'm gonna like disparage this or talk shit about that, like, you know, make sure that I'm not a hypocrite in any way, and you know, I think in that regard it's been good, and like you said, it's just more conscious about keeping keeping closer to the source. I really like that. I'm definitely gonna steal that. Marty Stewart's a man.